We ready?
Hey.
Are we good?
I think so.
Episode 40.
Episode 40.
Hence the Mickey's of 40.
Yep.
40 ounce of fluid.
Big 40.
You know.
40 water.
You know.
Celebrate the right way.
Right. Treat myself to a 40 ounce of Mickey's while the show's going. See how fast you guys can pick up when, you know, I'm actually feeling buzzed.
When it goes off the rails.
Right. Oh, shoot.
Sorry, I just dropped my mic. I'm sorry if that sounded like shit.
It's going off the rails.
Yeah,
so
already.
We're going to crack this bad boy. We're going to see how it tastes. Drink of the week.
Drink of the week.
Drink of the week.
Mine's the Monster. I'm just going with the Monster today. Yeah, the huge.
Ooh.
You like that, huh?
It bites back.
Yeah.
It bites back. It's nothing to be shy about. Mm-hmm. You got to dive into Mickey's. Yeah. Actually, you just got to dive into 40s. You can't just pussyfoot with 40s.
Yeah.
All right.
If you guys aren't watching the YouTube, you're missing out because you get to watch him drink the 40.
Well, it's, you know,
it's great content.
Yeah, it's fitting. You know, never thought we'd get here.
You never thought we'd get to 40?
I thought we'd end up, you know, losing our grip on reality. Yeah. And then I don't know, maybe we have a blow up. maybe I tell you to kiss my ass and never show up again. Mm-hmm. But we're back. It's a good time.
Late in the week, we completely skipped spring. It's now summer.
Yeah. It's pretty warm.
Yeah.
It's not as hot as you make it out to seem, but
maybe I don't know. I run hot. So
you're wearing black also.
Just a t-shirt.
I'm in a thin.
I'm in
California bear tee. You know what I'm saying?
I have the dopest shirt, maybe ever. The Notorious RBG.
All right.
So speaking of, I was canoodling with someone very prominent yesterday.
Yeah, he spent $150 on a ticket to go chill out with Michelle Obama,
the queen goddess herself. You know what I mean?
Okay, great.
Yeah, I got to see Michelle Obama yesterday. It was cool though.
Did she?
Why do you have to be so cynical about it?
Did she do anything? Cool. What'd she do for you? She
gave me tons of inspiration. Yeah, great words. Yeah, I think it made me a better person.
How to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Right. So what's next?
I'm keep pushing, you know. It was like a pat on the back, you know.
Okay.
That, hey, I think you're on the right track. That's what she told me.
Yeah. Really?
Face to face. Yeah. Looked me in the eyes, dead in the eyes.
I think you're on the right track.
I think you're on the right track. Yeah. She's a big fan of the Somethin or Other tour.
I bet. Yeah.
No, it was great. I don't know. She's definitely a hero of mine. I think she I don't know. In a weird way, I feel like we're all better for living like at the same time as her. I think she like raises everyone up. You know what I mean? Like everyone's stock goes up just because she is walking around.
Nice. Yeah, it should. She charges an arm and a leg for a ticket to go.
It was cool, man. It was cool.
That's fucking dope, man. I'm glad.
I mean, she's an inspiration, dude. She had 2 degrees.
Went and enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I did. Had a good time. Saw some old friends. Saw some new friends.
The former first lady.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
She said she's not going to run in 2020, which I don't want her to run, anyways.
No, it's going to be Oprah, right?
Nah, I wouldn't want her to run. I think she can do better. You know,
is that right?
Outside of the office, and she had a good point. It's like. She wants to stop the dynasties. Like the president shouldn't be a dynasty chair. You know what I mean?
Pardon me.
Because we keep having, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like we had Clinton, then Hillary was very close to being in. We had 2 Bushes. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like we keep shuffling through the same couple families. Yeah. And she was saying like we shouldn't do that.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So she was like, I don't want to run. Like we've already had an Obama. You know what I mean? So she's like, I want new, fresh faces.
I'm sure she wouldn't fucking have seen this coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, she said she didn't want him to run at all.
Yeah.
Like she was like, and it was actually pretty funny. She was saying how like she thought there was no way he was going to win.
I think everyone thought the same thing.
Yeah, she was like, there's no way he's going to win. So she was like, I'll just clap along and be like, oh, go get him, honey. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then she's like, and then he won.
Right.
So like, yeah, it was funny, man. She was actually
first black president in history.
Yeah.
Great.
With the middle name Hussein. Like, she was like, there's no way he's going to win. But he did.
Right.
And, she had a lot of funny stories, funny little anecdotes from like the time in the White House and stuff. It was cool.
That's dope.
It gave you like
she's focused on speaking about her like career goals going forward. Or
no, not really. To be honest, it wasn't really political at all. It was more about like
just a one-on-one with Michelle.
It was about like raising children.
Okay.
It was about like what she thinks the American family should focus on, which is like education and
sure.
like, and how she wants to help out. Like that's her main focus.
Okay.
Is to try to get more people educated and how, certain people come from different circumstances.
Right. Definitely.
Obviously like black kids are judged differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, she was like, what went wrong? You know what I mean? Like we have to have the empathy to look back, like what went wrong for these people to go down the wrong path. You know what I mean? It was
what was the majority of people that made up the crowd? Were they?
It was a very mixed crowd. It was cool.
Was it?
Yeah, it was cool. You know what I liked? It was in Oakland, so like there was a lot of like OG black people, like real Oakland.
Yeah.
And so I was like happy to see that. I'm like, oh, you guys are still here. Like
That's
you haven't
dope.
Been kicked out yet. You know what I mean? They're trying.
Well, they're probably homeowners now. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
A lot of them.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean? But it was a mixed crowd. It was cool. It was like every demographic. You know what
Sounds
I mean?
great. Something in me just wants to shit all over this right now. But
I know
I'm not going to do it.
That's
I'm
one
not going
of the reasons I wanted to talk about it because, I know you would.
I just thought I'm not going to do it.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
No, it was an inspiring night for me. I admire her a lot. Total class and dignity in the face of some of the most horrendous things thrown at her.
Right.
And she even said, she was like, whatever someone's political leanings are, whether they have an R by their name, whatever, majority of them still get up every day and do the right thing, take care of their family, provide. She was like, don't hate people, just for different beliefs. And I think that was a very powerful message coming from someone like her who had to deal with disgusting things being said about her for the last almost 10 years now. You know what I mean? Or about 10 years since the campaign started. So that's just class to me.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm happy you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
You can come on, zing some.
No. I'm not gonna throw any zingers. You know what I'm saying? Is there any way we could? Would you like to speak further about it? Or
that was it. I just we gotta champion our the best of us.
Nice.
That's all. Yeah.
I dig it. A few things I had on my plate this week as I was I was gonna start jotting some notes down. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna remember this one. So I think I spoke to you about it, but
briefly,
I'm just gonna jump into the pit.
Yeah.
To those people who feel like they, everyone has valid information to be shared, good advice. There are some that, don't have the best intentions when sharing advice. And there are those who are strongly opinionated when they're giving their advice, but don't have the same lifestyle or don't have the same goals or situations, predicaments,
values,
ethics, morals. I don't know. Just between, someone giving advice about something that they're not living in. They may have lived in it. They may have had their share of, let's say faulty relationships, right? So
relationships, that's the big one.
That's the big that's actually how this came about.
Yeah. But it covers a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
But relationships is like the big, because everyone's involved in that, right?
Right. Well, I mean, even the ones who don't have a relationship to, share. But they have an opinion.
Yeah.
I would just say to those that are on the receiving end of that, of those people's advice, I would probably say, take it with a grain of salt. Look at what look at the person who's giving you that advice, and be sure that they're the right people that you should be listening to. I don't know. Some people like to make statements that could change someone else's life, but they've never even walked in that person's shoes. Or they've walked in that person's shoes and they're now torn. They're now injured. They're a wounded gazelle, right? They're just, hopping around in life. And they like to share their experiences, negative or positive, right? But they do it in a way as if they're all knowing to a certain extent. I do it. I'm sure this man right here does it.
Yeah.
Right. But far be it for me to listen to someone else's advice that doesn't have the same shit I have on my plate. If you're going to get advice from someone, it'd probably be best to get it from someone who's actually in a relationship.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell a bitter old woman when you see one, right? The ones who, maybe thought marriage was in their future, kids, white picket fence, just the normal American dream, right?
Yeah.
But they don't have that going for them. Maybe you have that going for yourself. And maybe they're trying to, give you tips and pointers on things that were the downfall or the demise of their relationship.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't use their advice. Just going to say, if I'm a labor worker and this guy works with sheet metal and I work with, framing, carpentry and stuff like that. And I tell the sheet metal worker, hey man, it's probably best to use this soldering tool rather than a torch, to put things together. Yeah. He's probably not going to take my advice on that.
Yeah.
Same works for relationships. If you're getting your advice from a single man, a single woman, numerous failed relationships, probably be in your best interest to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Just saying. I've tried to apply certain things to my life that people have said worked in theirs, and it didn't work out with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just certain boundaries that you have to set up when people are trying to persuade you into doing something that they did.
Yeah.
Maybe it worked for them, maybe it didn't.
I think there's just a thin line between offering your perspective or your thoughts, and then thinking you know best. Right. And it's so you just kind of have to know the person, right? Figure out the person. Like if they have enough humility to be like, I think this could work, or maybe this will help you, or whatever. That's cool. You know what I mean? But then to just be like, oh, well, this is what you need to do because this. Right. Like if you're so matter of fact about it,
right?
That's what's annoying to me. I don't care if people offer their perspective. Sure. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you're matter of fact, or I've noticed there's some people where it's like, I don't even like talking to them because the whole conversation is them like, almost like they're fielding questions and they're like trying to give solutions to every statement I make. Right. Like, I'm just discussing it. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting here like, Oracle, like, do you have the answers for me? Yeah. You know what I mean? And that it gets so annoying. Some people are like, well, you just need to do this. I'm not asking what I need to do. Like, right. You know what I mean? I'm venting. Yeah. We're having a discussion. Like, I'm not, that's what gets annoying to me. But you just have to see, because so many people, it's the old thing. Like, there's studies that show how, like, the dumber a person is, the more they think they're right. You know what I mean? And then usually, like, the more intelligent a person is, the more they question themselves even. Right. Yeah, right? That's true. So it's like, when someone's so matter of fact, I'm just like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. Yeah, like, do you not see that maybe that's your perspective, your experience, but maybe not everyone else's.
Right.
Maybe other people don't want what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when we've talked about going back to relationships, like we talked about non-negotiables and things like that.
Sure,
We're saying that's for us.
That's
like,
for us.
You know what I mean?
That's not expressing it to the rest of the world to be like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Take this in and you know, live by these guidelines step by step. You know?
And I'll speak in generalizations, but there's plenty of exceptions. So it's like,
right.
But maybe that's my fault in thinking that everyone will have that nuanced thought,
right?
To be able to be like, oh, well, not everyone, but yeah, probably a lot of guys think that dirty thought or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
It's nothing I say is like matter of fact.
You're just giving examples. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You're not, hell. I think what was it? Going back into the episode 20ish, right? I think one of the things you said is, hell. Some of the things that I say, I don't even believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I just, I'll just say some funny shit.
You're shooting from all angles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We'll just throw out some funny shit,
right?
And obviously, we don't have like a huge audience yet, so nobody's gonna take it as fact. But it just, it is a thought for down the road. Yeah, I mean?
Our dry ass opinions usually aren't supposed to be taken for the literal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people do have, a huge timeline of failed relationships.
Yeah.
Failed events in their life. You know, maybe they aspire to be, I don't know, a rapper, right? I don't know, a painter. Mm-hmm. And, they're not Pablo Picasso. You know what I'm saying? And then they're told by one other person how maybe they should gear their focus towards something else. And then there goes a complete, 360, and they're like, okay, well now I'm ready to challenge myself this other way. We're not saying don't develop something new, but all we're saying is make sure the people that are giving you the advice, you're not taking all the way, certain circumstances, somebody says, hey, don't go down that block right there. The police are over there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking, I don't know. Weed's legal now, so I can't use that, but maybe sell
kilos.
Crack.
Bunch of kilos.
Maybe sell crack.
Whole trunk full of kilos.
Right. Someone giving you a fact like, hey, the police are down there. It might not be the best decision to go that way.
Yeah, that's different.
But if as far as
emotions and like feelings.
And, I mean, just my personal opinion. All right, and this isn't a complete jab at you.
That's fine.
But can I?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm Mayweather.
If you were telling me, right?
Yeah.
I got a son. I got a girlfriend I've lived with for close to 6 years, right?
Yeah.
If you were giving me advice on how I should navigate my family life, I wouldn't take your advice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I might even go as far as to tell you, you know what, you don't have the same shoes on as me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
no, that's really fine, but I mean, I think you should at least hear my perspective.
Right.
But I'm not going to tell you this is what you do.
No. But there are people out there that do exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, there are people out there that, have had so many failed items in their life that they like to force feed others bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's strictly bullshit. You're going off the fact that, you're kind of unhappy. So let's make this person unhappy. Misery loves company. So
yeah.
I mean, I've
never really believed that before, but now
it's so true. There, like, if you look at like, a single woman, right, who's had, like I said, failed relationships in the past, right, and she lets that dictate her every move in life because she's only going to be happy when she's has some sort of a comfort blanket, right?
Yeah.
But then she wants to give advice on how to keep a man.
Yeah.
that's probably not going to work in your best interest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this is just something,
well, there's so many issues too. See, the thing is, like, I see exactly what you're saying. And then, like I said, I try to gauge each person because you can sort of tell. Like, for example, you let 99% of people tell it after a failed relationship. It's always the other person's fault.
Right.
Like, why can people not just fess up? Yeah. Like, I fucked up.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So if you can't do that, if it was all the other, like, like not to just shit on women, but like how often I hear, well, men ain't shit. Like, was it 100% him? You're a perfect girlfriend.
Right.
And he just, took that for granted and shit all over you.
Right.
Was it that, or did you do something too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that goes both ways.
Sure.
Because like a lot of, men will say the same shit. Like,
no, there's been numerous times where, a friend of mine, a female friend of mine has told me a story, and not because she's my friend, I instantly take her side on it.
Yeah.
But I'll know, well, you pick your poison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that was kind of, I'm siding with you on the fact that the person turned out to be a piece of shit, but that's kind of your bad. That I won't go as far as to say that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta, what do you say? You gotta navigate people's,
I don't remember, but I said something like that.
Yeah, you gotta
tired.
you gotta navigate people's
their perspectives.
It was something
like that.
But it's just like
their insecurities.
The insecurities. You gotta navigate people's insecurities. So you can't just go out and say, well, you chose that.
Yeah.
So
sometimes
you kind of deserve to be fucked over.
That shit shocks me sometimes. Like, maybe just because I'm a guy, so I see right through it. But like when a girl will get with a guy that's obviously a scumbag, and then be shocked that they turn out to be a scumbag, I'm like, how do you not see that from a mile away?
Pardon me.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I think oftentimes there's that narrative that a lot of women seem to buy into. Any women out there,
men, let's not shy away from men. Men buy into some bullshit too.
100%. But my perspective,
you can only speak from a man's point of view, so you can speak about.
Yeah, so like I feel like if this is wrong, tell me. But I feel like a lot of women, they get the idea in their head of like they want that perfect princess shit, like the perfect wedding, the white picket fence,
sure,
right? Yeah. And then they often think that they'll be the difference maker in that guy. Like, right. I'll change him. I'll be the one that will make him 100%. Settle down and act right.
Yeah.
I feel like women, I don't know, maybe they're more like optimistic in a way with that. So they'll buy into it sooner.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. I don't get it because there's some people I can see from a mile away, like, yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they do it, they get shit on, and then they're like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, how did you not see that coming? Like,
but you got to navigate their insecurities. So you can't really just jump in. Because, I mean, that wouldn't be navigating insecurities. That'd be like navigating, like, their downfall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to fucking rub dirt on a fucking open wound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the overall point is everyone's experience is different.
Right.
So no advice is just blanket advice as far, especially with relationships.
For sure.
Like you said, if there's police right over there, don't walk that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's different. But like life advice, relationship advice, even career advice sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Career advice you can nail down a little better, but it's still, there's no guarantees of your future. So,
right. You could take someone's advice career-wise, jump off the fucking ledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get your feet wet and completely drown. You know what I'm saying? Because other people's successes aren't going to benefit you. If somebody told me, well, I'm a self-made entrepreneur, right? I bumped into my buddy the other day, and he's he's about his business. And he works hard. He's diligent.
Yeah.
He's similar to you. He has his own business though. And he works hard, but he didn't wait around for someone else's opinion to, catapult him. You know what I mean? Like he didn't listen to too much insight. He just did what he needed to do. But now if he were to be telling me, well, this is what I did, you gotta just take the plunge. Yeah. And just go for it. Go for the gusto. Yeah. And then I fall flat on my face. Is he going to be there to help me up? Yeah. No. Yeah. So just be sure when you're getting advice from people that, it may seem valid at the time. Just be sure that you're looking at their situation. Yeah. And you're also looking at your situation. Yeah. Because you guys might be at a completely different time in your lives. Yeah, and it's not the same. It's not similar. Yeah. You're fucked. You know what? You can't just take their shit with a grain of salt. That's all I'm saying.
I get so many people trying to tell me like what to do with like the YouTube show and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And they've never uploaded a video.
Right.
It's like you have no idea how
probably never shot at an angle on a camera.
Yeah, like you don't know how the algorithms work. You don't even know how to like upload, and you're trying to tell me that's like me like talking to a lawyer. Be like, oh, well, have you looked at the evidence this way? Like introduce this into discovery,
right?
Like I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like
exactly.
But the thing is, everyone's experience is solely theirs, so they feel like that is the only reality.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's
people can't see outside of their own perspective. Sometimes.
No. So it's like, I mean, sometimes that's often the case. Yeah. So like you just have to be sure that your source of information is valid. Yeah. So just be sure, like look at the people that are giving you the information and make sure that not only have they lived through that experience, but they're living in a similar experience, at least a little similar. Yeah. Not all the way full blown, like I said, with me, with my girl and my son, right? I would take what you have to say and apply certain details, but not, jump off a ledge and be like, this is what I should do.
But the thing is, too, I'm the type of person that will, if I do give advice, it's based on, like, hearing things or, like, maybe research I read, something like that, not just my emotions. And a lot of people will give advice based on their own personal emotions that has nothing to do with reality or the real world. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It's solely theirs. Right. And they'll try to give you the advice based on those emotions. Like, that's how you feel. It's not how I feel. Yeah. And, you know, and people are so often, like, hypocritical, too, as far as, like, they'll give advice and then won't follow it at all.
Right. Friends, I mean, friends are just that. I mean, they're relationships. They're, support systems, you know, but not every friend is going to have your best interest in mind either. Yeah. They're going to be going strictly off of emotion. They're going to be keying in on what you tell them, and what you tell them isn't ever really, I mean, some of it's positive, a lot of it's negative, right? Yeah. If I'm using you as my fucking, what is it?
Crash test dummy?
No. If I'm using you as my shrink, right? Yeah. And I'm over here and I'm explaining my life fucking and spilling everything out and I'm upset about this and I'm upset about that, and all you hear is 80% negative and 20% positive about my better half. You're immediately only going to latch on to the negative. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not going to really hear too many great stories where you can uphold her in your mind. So you're going to have this one point and be like, that's bullshit. Yeah.
That's what I mean about the relationship advice is like when people tell it, it's always the other person's fault.
Right.
And so they'll like, someone will vent to their friends and then their friends will just automatically be on their friend's side, obviously. Regardless. Like the amount of times I've seen someone say, like maybe on social media, they'll have a little outburst and they'll say some shit about how someone did them dirty or whatever. but then I know like the real info.
Right.
I'm just like, yeah, but you did this. Like,
let's weigh your options.
You know what I mean?
Here.
I'm just like, you have no shame. You know, there's people that see this that know that that's not true, and they don't. They don't have shame. They're just posted. You know what I mean? I'm just like, but some of us know different. You know what I mean? Or we know the real story. Like a significant other will go do some bullshit. The other one will up the bullshit. Now all of a sudden it's their fault.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This also ties into fucking telling everyone your business. Okay?
Yeah.
Which is the greatest you have the platform for all of it. You could put your business out there. You could have 100 likes, a few comments, patting you on your back, telling you, oh, I seen it coming from afar. I knew it was going to happen. And, and realistically, that's because everything you post is, bullshit.
Yeah.
Something about your life, something negative about your life,
Well, I know some shitty people that everything they post is super positive.
Right. Right. No, I mean, like the thing about it is like, I could take in information from people and stuff like that, but dependent on the source, of which it's coming. And this, I mean, when I was younger and shit, I used to fucking, latch more on to people's opinions and people's, information and actually, try.
Yeah. And I think when you're young, you're sort of a sponge,
try and soak it up, apply it. But now I look at the information and the steaming pot it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like, oh,
I do the
wait
same
a minute.
I judge the person first. I look them up and down. Like, wait, who are you?
Yeah. I mean, maybe they do have all the care in the world for you, but dependent on the situation, and how you built that up in their mind, because this is all, you've already, if that's somebody you vent to, if that's someone you express your feelings to, then you've already built up, they already have ammo.
Yeah.
So they're ready to lick shots off the minute you say something negative about your partner, about your friend, about your business, about your, wherever, I mean,
that's the thing. I think you got to judge it on like direct experience too.
Right.
So like I was saying with the video thing, like if someone gave me advice, or if someone gives me some life advice and they're like standing outside the liquor store,
right,
on a weeknight, not doing shit.
Right.
Then I'm going to be like, yeah, well, no, thank you. You know what I mean?
I reject your deposit. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
But if that same person was like, oh, like I was on YouTube, I had a show, I had a channel, I was uploading, and these were my mistakes, and this is why I'm standing outside this liquor store.
Sure.
Then it counts for something, right?
Yeah.
And there's humility in that.
A bit.
So as long as there's some humility in your advice, but like the people that act like they know it all and they don't have shit going on,
right?
Come on,
yeah.
let's be honest with ourselves here. No, you know what I mean?
Like, I would just say, like a failed relationship isn't gonna fucking tell me anything about my relationship. You know what I'm saying?
One thing people don't realize, like 99% of relationships fail. Like almost everybody dates a handful of people before they ever even find a successful relationship.
Right.
So you should almost expect every relationship to fail.
Right.
It's a safe bet.
But I'm definitely not going to take the advice from someone who has, they're putting it out there like I choose to be, I choose to be single right now. It's my choice. You know what I mean? I do this because it's my choice. Right? Right. But then you're giving me advice.
Yeah.
I can't hear that. I'm going to be like, oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. So, like, people will give that advice. And like I was saying before with the stats of, like, relationships fail. Then, like, if the relationship fails, then they'll be like, see, I told you, blah, blah. And it's like, it's a safe bet. That's like when a sports fan at the end of the season will be like, I told you this team wasn't going to win. Like their other friend who's a fan of another team.
Right.
It's like, yeah, odds heavily favor whatever team you choose won't win at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the easy bet. You know what I mean? Like statistically, you can win that bet depending on the league 30 to 32 times before you lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's stupid. You gotta, I don't know. You just gotta take what people's experiences are, and I don't know. It's the humility, I think, is the important part. If they don't have humility in what they're saying, then I feel like it's more bullshit.
Yeah.
If they don't have direct experience or humility.
Right.
And I don't know. I had to learn that lesson, though, to be honest, because, like, I was, like, hard on people, and I couldn't see outside of my perspective. Mm-hmm. So, like, doing, like, music stuff, I'm like, why do you want to work a 9 to 5 and, like, make someone else rich, like, build someone else's dreams?
Right.
When we could work hard on our own and maybe not even just music, just some sort of creative art, whatever. And of course that sounds good to everybody, but the actual sacrifice that you have to make that happen, most people aren't with that shit.
Right.
And me, I just kept harping on it. Like, how are you? But, you know, some people are okay with getting their stable job.
Right.
Being able to, you know, slowly build up, hopefully, and this economy is crazy, so who knows if that'll happen anymore.
Right. There's going to be a crash pretty soon.
Well, they say now, like, the American dream was always like you started a company and work your way up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now they're saying that's almost impossible.
It is.
So, but anyways, you know, people have that. They're fine with that. That's the life they want, right? They want a low-key, casual life. Sure. And I never wanted that. So I couldn't see how anyone could want that. So for years, I would like be harping on my friends who I knew had talent or were creative in some way, whether it be music or like even drawing and shit. Like I would try to like help people. Yeah, like I mean that's the only shit I really like or really enjoy.
Right.
But even if they had like another hustle outside of that, like there's some people that do like some construction type things, and I'm always like, you know, giving them encouragement, like positive words for it. But they own that, so that's how I could connect. Like, so even though that's not something I want to do, you own it, you're the owner. Like, I get that, but some people, they don't want that, and it took me a long time to see. I was putting my own head up my ass, trying to get people to feel the way I felt about working a 9 to 5 for someone else, you know?
No, that's, I mean, I think that the whole working a 9 to 5 for somebody else is in the back of everyone's mind. You know,
it is. You're like I said, it sounds good what I was saying.
Right.
It's the leap of faith that's hard. It's the sacrifices that's hard. It is. That, you know, there is a comfort, and I've had stable jobs. There is a comfort to know when you're at home, I don't have to worry about the job. It'll be there when I show up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when it's all on you, it's all on you. There's no off time.
Go produce. Go
there's no off time.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's like, okay, so here's a scenario. Here's the whole reason of me thinking about this whole subject, right? So I work, right?
Yeah.
Union, whatever, right? Another union worker. But on the side, he has his own company. Mm-hmm. And he does the same type of work that he does in the union. Right? Now, he's sitting there telling me, you know, he's doing whatever he's doing. I think at the time he was soldering something, but he was like pissed off because no one was there to help him. Right? So he's explaining to me, this is why I don't like this bullshit. This is why. Right? This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there telling him, like, well, you know, fuck. You got how many more years, you know, before you get your pension? Mm-hmm. You know, that's some sort of stability. If you're a homeowner, you know, or your near future is going to be a homeowner. The person has a big family already, but this is stable. You know what I mean? This is stable, you know.
Yeah.
So his whole thing was, I need to get out of here. I just need to get out of here. Now, me being who I am and the fact that, you know, I mean, stability is everything for me. You know, for my family, I have to make sure that I make ends meet so that nothing throws us off. Right. So coming from me, I'm sitting here trying to explain to him, you work this union job not for yourself. You work this union job for your future and your family.
Yeah.
You know, for stability.
Yeah.
His whole thing was, no, I need to get out of here. I need to fucking quit this shit. I need to fucking go follow my dreams, and I need to quit here because I can make just as much money doing it on my own. Right? I was trying to persuade him into thinking like, you know, do this now, right? Keep your company. Yeah. And then when you're done and you have that solid foundation for your family, then venture into your, you know, your company while still doing your company. Because, I mean, he's a hard worker. Yeah. Right? But he looks at me and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, why are you here? You're just here for the piss poor little check? Like, pretty much, you know, throwing jab. He's mad at his own situation, but he starts throwing jabs. Yeah, right? Yeah. And I explained to him, like, well, you know, I got a family. I got shit on my plate. I can't just fucking, you know, 86 this fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, things would become hard on my family. Yeah. Right? He didn't really, like, get that. Yeah. But if I were to take his information and just apply it, who knows? You know, maybe me opening my own company and doing the same line of work, maybe I would prosper. Mm-hmm. But just in the meantime, in the middle, he doesn't really have the same type of things to lose as me. You know, he has, you know, kids that are older. Mm. He has, his wife has a career. Yeah. Already, you know, mine's is still working towards that career. Yeah. It's almost there. I think like 3 or 4 months out. Yeah. But he just has a lot more at stake, you know, a lot more. Yeah. Knowledge on the situation, but I can't really just apply what he thinks to my life. Yeah. But he was throwing darts, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was like, I just thought about it and I'm just like, damn, man, like you're giving me, like he ran through his whole like life fucking experience in fucking a short matter of time. I'm talking 45 minutes. Yeah. And I'm just sitting here like shaking my head like, dude, there's no way I could apply what you think would be the better option for me at this time in my life. We don't have the same shit going. Yeah, yeah. You know? Yeah. And, you know, after actually telling him that, he got pretty offended and shit. Yeah, see, that's the thing. He could tell you, he could give you advice as like, you know, if you started your own company, you could do this. Like, that's a possibility. Sure. That's like valid advice. But then to like act like I said, like it's matter of fact. Like, you're fucking up because you're not doing this. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the humility, I guess. Like I was saying, like, it's a thin line between I'm giving you a perspective to think about. Right. Some data, you know, to mix around in the pot, right? Yeah, you don't have to immediately apply. Or I'm telling you exactly what path to jump on. And it's like, you know, and a lot of times you'll get that advice from people you might not even know their situation. And it's a lot more fucked up than they lead it to be, whatever. Sure. So like, I don't know. Just take all advice with a grain of salt. I think all right, dude. Like you can't immediately jump off the fucking ledge because this person has opinion that may even seem valid to you. Because him having his own, you know, business. Mm-hmm. It ties into our work. Like I understand what he means, you know. Yeah. But at the same time, I told him, I'm sitting here talking to this guy, and I'm asking him, like, well, maybe you're burnt. Maybe you're burnt out. Yeah. Maybe the line of work that you do on the side for your business shouldn't be aligned with the work that you do for the union right now. Yeah. And he kind of like blew a head gasket, you know, almost taking offense to it, but I think something kind of stuck in him. Yeah. And he's like, didn't want to say I'm right for sure. Yeah. But I think he's just, you know, he has a blown fuse and he has to reignite could definitely himself. Be, but you can't give matter of fact advice to someone else that's not walking in your shoes and
like I said, I had to learn that lesson because I was telling everyone, why aren't you leaping off the ledge with me?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Hold my hand. Come on.
Yeah, like I don't
fun.
get it. Like, why would you want to work this job? Why would you want to do this? Like, and for some people that's comfy. Like that goes like friends and family. I've tried to like get involved with what I'm doing, and no matter what I do, no matter how many cool things I try to show them, whatever, it may not connect with them the way it connects with me.
Right.
And like, as much as I love it, maybe they don't. And, you know, I had to learn that lesson. That's why I pretty much do shit on my own now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Same experiences with like, you know, doing a podcast, you know, mentioning, you know, how you fill your time slots, how you dictate your time or determine how you're going to spend it. Right.
Yeah.
So someone else may think what me and you are doing is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I do too.
Right. Me too.
We're constantly learning.
Right. But I enjoy this.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know, this isn't for the benefit of someone else. This is for the benefit of myself. It's for
sometimes. I mean, I learned that with the Something or Other tour too. Like, you can't just put the puzzle together instantly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's not going to work.
I'm almost 2 years into the Something or Other tour, and I just now feel like I'm catching my groove of as far as just how to edit the videos. You know what I mean? And I still have so much to do as far as hosting and like presenting the information. Those are all learning experiences. Those are all like, you know, things you got to learn. And
right.
Yeah, if someone tells us how to do it,
sure. I take, you know.
Yeah, I mean, constructive criticism is fine. Right. It's fine. I said this on social media. Yeah. The devil. I said it on social media that, you know, like, the easiest thing to be in the world is a critic. And kindness is cool, right? And of course, people had to come out the woodwork and be like, well, what about constructive criticism? Blah, blah. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
You're doing exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. You saw my status and was like, where can I poke holes in this?
Yeah.
Like that. I never want to have that perspective where like someone tells me something and I'm like, well, how can I shit on this? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just, I feel like with advice, that's what people are often doing. They're like, well, how can I like, maybe not shit on you, but feel superior and tell you this is what you should do. This is how you should react. This is how you should feel about your significant other or your career or whatever you're doing, your parenting, right?
Sure.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
coming from a person who doesn't, you know,
have a kid
or this just pretty much just the same shit to lose.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to take their advice.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I had a little funny.
What's that? What do you,
like I said, you got to take into account people's
his
like
40s kicking, dude. I'm almost there.
You got to take into account people's life situation, their perspective, and then you don't always know what it is, right?
Right.
So like, there's someone, I'm gonna have to dance around this so that this person doesn't get outed. But there's a person that basically.
Put them on Front Street, man. Don't call names, but don't shy around the story.
No, but I'm going to have to dance around little details just so it doesn't go back. But anyways, this person, this lady, she basically has, I believe, 3 different kids by 3 different fathers. Maybe. It's up in the air, and that's part of the problem, right? The first child, as far as I know, she has no contact with. Not even in her life. She's raising the other 2.
Okay.
On social media and with friends and family, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Oh, it's all, we love God. God is so good. We have the best family. It's the greatest family ever.
Okay.
It's everything I could ask for.
Right.
I love my life.
Perfect.
It's a perfect life, right? Yeah. No mention of the first child.
Ooh.
No mention of the first child.
That's
then you see this family in action in person.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking circus. Constant, you know, there's sicknesses, always sick, fucking outbreaks and shit. fucking like dirty house. Like, even though this person's supposed to be the very happy homemaker, right? And then knowing all that, because I know the inside track, I know the history.
Right.
I know about the secret mystery child that doesn't exist. I know about the home situation.
Right.
But that same person will be like on social media calling Kim Kardashian a whore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
she's only a whore because you know her dirty laundry and nobody cares about yours.
Right.
She has one husband, one baby daddy, 2 kids, right? Or no, don't they? Did they just have twins? Do they have like 4 now? Or 3?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but
I'm not up on it.
Anyways, they're a nice, happy family.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Sure, she has history, but you know it. That's why she's supposedly a whore. If your dirty laundry was aired out, oh my God. Yeah. Like, so that's what I mean. Like, some people's advice is just not valid, right?
Right.
Because that same person will be trying to give out advice and shit on social media. Right. And I'm just like, yeah, you're not the person.
Yeah, I can't.
you're not the one to tell.
Yeah, yeah. No,
you're not
for sure.
Dr. Phil.
Right. No, for sure, for sure. But everyone feels like everyone else's business is their own, also too, these days. So that's to blame strictly on social media, depending on what you put on social media. Yeah. That's why I'm going out of town this weekend. Going to Monterey. Taking the boy out for his birthday. I'm going to download my Instagram. I'm going to post some family photos. I'm going to enjoy our time there. Yeah. And then that's going to be the only thing they see. But they're also, like, in saying that, they're also not going to have any kind of lane into the downfalls, the pitfalls in my life. If you do want to give advice, it'd probably be in your best interest to not show how much of a piece of shit you are. You know what I mean? I just, but
that'll be
that was just the off the brain topic that I thought would be.
I think that's a good topic. You just gotta have some humility if you're gonna give advice. Like, you're not the fucking oracle. Yeah, you're not. You're not the omnipresent fucking being.
Yeah. Right? What's that her name was the Oracle in the Matrix, right? He used to go and get information from her and shit. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta just be sure to navigate through that shit, dude. Weasel out those people who are miserable, because, like I said a little while ago, misery loves company. They like to, insert their life patterns into yours and say, "Oh wow, you know what? That's actually what happened to my previous relationship. Yeah, that's why. Oh, you know what he's doing? You know what he's doing? Like, you can't let that play a factor in what you have going on in your life."
Yeah. And if we say stuff like that on the podcast, like, just know there's gray area. We're not just, saying this is matter of fact. We're fucking around a lot. But, you just gotta, the advice thing. I mean, there's some people I know that, like, there's been some girls, like, I dated, literally everything. Like I said earlier, like, everything I would say. It's like, well, you got to do this, you got to do this. And, like, this isn't like a self-help seminar. Right. You know what I mean? We're hanging out talking. Like, I don't need you to be like, am I supposed to be taking notes here?
You are.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
they figured.
And they've never walked in my shoes or done what I'm, like, doing or what we were discussing.
They figure what they have to offer to your your shit. They figure what they have to offer is valid, and a lot of people's shit isn't valid.
Yeah. I mean, I love hearing perspectives or thoughts or whatever, but when it's just constant, like, worry about your own shit. Yeah. Before you're constantly trying to dish out advice and like, you don't know what you're talking about.
On the brighter side of things, latest in news.
It's opening day.
Baseball's back. Baseball is back. Gigantes. All right.
Los Gigantes. Yeah. Opening day in LA. Yeah, I am excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Did you go to any of the preseason?
I didn't. No, I'm
No,
going
you
to a
didn't
game.
hit the A's Giants?
Nah,
I thought for sure
I
you
don't
did.
like exhibition games.
When I called you on Tuesday, I was and you answered the phone. Hello.
I've had a very busy week.
I was like, oh, this motherfucker went and partied till the sun came up. He went to the A's Giants preseason game.
Nah,
but
I don't like the exhibition games.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of them.
But I'm going to a game this next week. I'm going to a couple games actually. But
nice. Who they play when they come back? Padres or something like that. Is it the Padres or Arizona?
I don't remember. I got tickets like 4 months ago.
I think it's one of them.
Because my brother will be up here, Cole.
Nice.
So we're going to that game. The next morning, we're flying out to a brand new city we've never been to. We're going to some games out there.
When is this?
Can't say who or when.
You already did on the previous podcast.
Don't say that. Then
I'm going to do it.
Look through. I didn't say exactly.
You did.
I hinted.
Did you listen back?
I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
Did you listen back?
I think I said a state. I didn't say a city.
You said a game. You said the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well, anyways.
Listen back if you want to fucking burst his bubble.
No, because we're doing a giveaway contest. We can't do that. But, yeah, we're going to a new city, some new games. I can't say who's playing, but we're going to go film. We got some awesome shit. The prologue to my documentary came out today.
Congratulations.
You know, it's rough, but it was a learning experience. I learned a lot from trying to edit a documentary. That shit is difficult.
I bet it is.
What else? But yeah, are you going to any games?
No. I got Monterey lined up.
Yeah.
And then the very next weekend, I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah. It's
Vegas.
It's going to be a long season.
Las Vegas. So we'll definitely be back next week to speak about Monterey and the following week to speak about Vegas.
Yeah, but, we're going to have to do it Tuesday because I'm flying out Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it always lays on your shoulders. You know what I mean?
Not really. You have this window this big throughout this is the whole week. This is your window, and I have to hit that window.
This is now for our subs out there, for our listeners.
Hey, you too.
This is typically how it goes. Okay, so I text him at a reasonable hour. All right, we'll say 10-ish. Right,
we'll say that's true,
and
even though
11-ish. All right.
Yeah, but he doesn't always text.
Oh, God. I didn't text today because we said we were on for sure.
You didn't text on Saturday. We were going to do an extra.
We were going to do an extra. I had, I got caught up.
Yeah, totally.
Doing bullshit.
Totally.
Whatever the case is. I'll typically text him. I'll typically call him and be like, are we on? Right? Or vice versa. Right? When he doesn't text me, that's when I know. Gotta text this dude. And, Tuesday, it just so happened he was exhausted, so he wasn't going to
I've had a really fucking long week.
Well, it's good. Long weeks, that means you worked hard, right?
Worked very, very hard, yeah.
Outstanding. But I'd like to finish this 40 before this episode is over, since it's episode 40. I mean, I can't leave this uncompleted.
Well, we're already about at an hour, so you don't got too much time, my friend.
Right. We're going to start chugging. But is there anything else that you had on your plate that you'd like to talk about?
Did we talk about David Letterman's show? I wanted to touch on that. Did we talk about that at all?
Spark something fresher, dude.
Come on. Dude.
No one cares about David Letterman, dude.
You're fucking ridiculous. David Letterman's new show on Netflix is fantastic. I just want to say that. That's it. It's fucking incredible.
Boom.
All right.
What else?
I don't know.
What else you got on your plate?
The Dodgers Stadium, the sewage overfowed.
No one cares about that.
All over the field.
No one cares about the Dodgers, dude. They didn't even they lost the World Series.
They did. They did.
All right.
Next. During the podcast, I noticed that my phone was cracked. The screen was cracked. I have no idea how it happened. I haven't cracked a screen in like 8 years.
That's valid information. Everyone needed to know that. What else? Anything else?
What about you? What else you got? Come on.
Just off my Memorex. I got something for you.
All right.
And this is going to be pretty distasteful for most people. But So they got the sex dolls.
They do have sex dolls, yeah.
Robotic.
I'm in the market.
Are you? You're a single man looking to get your squirt off. But sex dolls, okay?
Yeah.
China, child sex dolls?
They have those?
China.
In China? Is what you're saying? At first I thought you meant like Black China. I was like, what the fuck?
Really? Why would I?
I don't, because we talked about it recently or whatever.
But so, anything?
That's kind of scary.
Is it scary?
But would you rather the pedophiles have the sex doll?
Boom. Or be out molesting kids, right?
Yeah.
I'd say like I'd say you just give a child sex doll to fucking every Catholic priest.
God, that's so disgusting.
Am I fucking offended? Did I offend someone?
This is my thing. This is my thing though. Like, as disgusting as fucking distasteful as that is, like, is there a better solution?
Ooh.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Until we can like zap our brains and fix those malfunctions, right?
No, you think it's a medical thing. You think they're
well,
sick.
Obviously, obviously something's in their head is fucked up, right?
But you think they're sick? You think that's just not a cheap thrill that some fucking pedophiles fucking...
I don't know, because I always thought it would just be like something's wrong in your brain, but then doesn't it seem like there's a pattern? I could be totally wrong, but it seems like there's a pattern, like if you're molested, then you end up molesting.
Right.
So maybe it is learned, but I mean, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because to me, I can't see how my attractions, titties, you know what I mean? I don't see how that was like learned. You know what I mean? My attractions feel totally natural. So I'm like, if they feel that same way, then maybe it is their brain. Because like do you think you could have learned to like from a young age if they would have groomed you to like women with like really long toes or some random shit? Would that be your thing?
I think so.
You think you can you can ingrain an attraction?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, a sick addiction though. It's an addiction, right? They say it's something. It's like what do they call it? Same way you're addicted to fucking shooting steroids in your ass or something. I don't know.
Then you would think if it is learned, is there a way to reverse it? Right.
But that's something like cemented in your brain though. Right.
Yeah, but still, if it's learned, if you adjusted the brain, could you unlearn it? I mean, not now. We don't have the technology now, but in the future, because like that's one of the things I read a thing about that. How like one of the reasons, like pedophilia or child molestation, it's worse than it should be because it's stigmatized so bad. Obviously,
right, for sure.
So like people who have those feelings, those thoughts, they won't seek out treatment, right? Because then what treatment they'll lose their whole life, basically, right? Even if they want to do the right thing, so then they end up doing the fucking most disgusting thing,
right?
I don't know, man. There's like no easy solution.
What do you think about the priests that sit in the church and they hear, about someone else's fucking ill-advised thought process talking about, children? Do you think that has anything to do with them maybe being a little fucking...
Well, I don't understand what you mean.
So the priests, they close the little fucking...
the confessional.
The confessional.
So if they hear what?
About fucking some grown man having some fetish with kids. Yeah. He's a pedophile. Yeah. But that's confession.
He confesses it too.
Right. Do you think that they maybe hear that so often that they... I don't know. I don't know.
think the confessionals is enough. But
I mean, fuck, dude.
Doesn't it seem like
when I hear pedophilia, I tie it to, and this is fucked up of me, but I tie it to Catholic churches.
No, for sure. For sure. Sorry. But that's what I'm saying. Is it the Catholic Church making these people or getting these people into pedophilia, or they already have that and then they're like, well, I'm going to go into the church because they let us fuck little boys. You know what I mean? Who knows, right? I feel like there's no easy answer to that.
Oh, there's also
a shitty fucking.
There's also another
situation.
Thing with. Well, I mean, fuck, dude. When there's places in the state of America that are going to court to take away the legal rights to marry a 15-year-old.
Oh yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Fucking rotten.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And they're like evangelical states.
Like, yeah, but it's like this. Pretty much the law is written where one sole parent, not both signatures, one signature can be applied so that 15-year-old can marry another 15-year-old. Yeah, not a grown man.
Oh, okay.
15 to 15, right? Now with me though, I don't really think to. If it's a lady. You know what I mean? Pardon me, this Mickey's kicking in. But if it's a lady, right? We've all had those teachers that, when we were in our young adolescent age and probably were squirting dust, right? You know what I'm saying? That we wanted to bone, right? I mean...
I had a couple of them.
I don't think it's viewed... I don't think it should be as sick as a man putting his hands on a young lady.
I don't think so either.
Right?
There's no power there's less of a power dynamic.
I mean, I was like, if you want to be like, I'm not even gonna
be crude. Come on.
Nah.
I'll say it then. If I wish a teacher would have fucked
No. I've had encounters at a young age with women.
Yeah.
That I probably shouldn't have had.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my dashing good looks. I know it. Everyone else knows it. Everyone watching YouTube knows it. You know what I'm saying? But
no, but there's a double standard, but I think it's a credible double standard. But maybe I'm just being biased because I wanted to fuck a teacher.
Right. No, but that's that's the thing though. I mean, we always we always talk about the double standards. We don't always talk, not me and you. But it's always spoken about like double standards between women and men, not going as far as, I'm not going to say equal pay because from my knowledge, those numbers aren't as far off as people make out to seem.
Yeah, I think there's other reasons that cause that then. But anyways, we won't get into that.
But as far as, a hot 25-year-old teacher groping the balls of a young 13-year-old stud, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see that as gross as a man, molesting a little girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, not at all. Because there's way more of a power dynamic.
Is this fucking? Right? Is this too fucking foul?
No, I don't think so.
About this?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. It's there's always taboo when it comes to talking about little kids and shit and pedophilia.
Yeah. But this is the thing. If I was a kid, say I was in high school,
right?
If I would have banged one of the teachers I wanted to bang, I could be totally wrong.
Life goals.
I would feel right now sitting here, I would be the same person, but I would just have this trophy in the back of my head, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it would have affected me, but maybe it would have, and I don't know that. And now I'm, you know what I mean? But even back then, it would have put me on a high. I would have been floating down the hallways for a while.
Right.
And that would have been it. I don't think it would have affected me in a way that was really detrimental. But maybe it would have. And I just don't see those effects because it didn't happen.
Right.
And because I'm a male, so we're just born to fucking drill shit, right? So maybe that's just my brain convincing me nah, that just would have been a good thing. All good, no bad.
Yeah. I don't really want to dive too much more on this fucking topic, so we're going to have to sign off, Sco. I don't think this is fucking right. So, we're going to have to sign off. My 40 is nearly done.
Nearly done.
Episode 40 is nearly done.
Episode 40. Let's see. Opening day. NBA playoffs are soon. Steph's out. We didn't touch on that, but he should be back. And it's gonna be a good playoff run. You think?
On the East. Well, on the East they say because Kyrie's out, they say if Boston by chance around the same timeline as Steph.
Okay.
They say if Kyrie Irving is out and Boston still makes it past the first round, which I don't see them winning the first round.
I don't know what the seeding is looking like right now.
But if by chance they do win, there's a very good possibility that they meet up with the Cavs. And
that'd be fun.
That would be a great
fucking
series to watch.
Be fun. All right. Well, shit.
Sorry if we got a little
kind of all over the place.
Off course.
That's fine,
on this one, but like we said, we shoot from the hip. We're not here to sugarcoat anything. We're not here to fucking help anybody out with our opinions or our views or anything like that.
Fucking screen, dude. I'm so mad. Like the whole time I've been thinking about how angry I am that my fucking screen is cracked. But anyways,
welcome to the real world, man.
I'm gonna have to get that S9.
We'll see you guys next weekend.
We out of here.
Talk to you then.
All right, we'll be back.
Boom.
Someday. All right.
Tuesday.
Go Giants. All right. Even your bullshit.
Go A's.
Nah.
Big elephant.